Bite at Freddy's is a quality FNAF fan game the whole way through, with the usual FNAF series humor, and the simple, almost arcade-like gameplay that makes it a short but fun romp, even if I didn't finish it. You're the usual night guard, but instead of running against the clock, which in a way you still do in this game, you have to wait for orders to make their way through to test out this restaurant's new food
Well,
delivery system. You're introduced to the
yep.
mechanics of the game through this floating walkie-talkie, and they do an excellent job at explaining the mechanics with a few hiccups. There's a conveyor to your left which often has animatronics making their way towards you, an open office for both Bonnie and Chica to stare at you, and the usual cameras which you don't have to pay much attention to except for two, one in which you have to stop Foxy from messing up the cameras which enrages them. At that point you have to pay extra attention to the conveyor, and the other camera to stop Freddy from making his way through the vents. And in between nights 2 and 3 there's a minigame in which you have to change the screws on the conveyor while Bonnie pokes their head in. Overall I think this is an excellent FNAF fan game. Playtime with Percy is a more unusual but still excellent FNAF fan game. The story is the location he used to work at is shutting down and the boss needs someone to watch to join before he sells all the merchandise. Instead of it being based on time, it's based on making this little Tamagotchi-like creature happy to continue to the next night. In between nights you can play mini-games that give you a head start for the next night. This game has more unique animatronics, not just based on the ones from FNAF. Gameplay-wise, it's more complicated than the usual FNAF game. Animatronics will come in from the vents, and you either have to continue playing with Percy or stop playing and look at the animatronic to make it go away. There's also a Simon Says-like game in the top left corner in which you have to match it to the eyes of the farmer before they walk the whole way through the glass window. Sometimes in that glass window, a lamb will appear, slowly making their way towards the door, in which they start knocking at it, and to counter this, you simply have to hold the door closed. There's another smaller lamb that will open the door, and then you just have to close it. I assume as you go further into the nights, the more gets added, but that's as far as I got. I love the tension in this game, especially the mini-games as previously mentioned. Playtime Perseid is a quality FNAF fan game that has quite the charm. Poppy and Buddies is quite the creepy FNAF fan game. Love the style it's going for with the 4:3 aspect ratio and the more rustic retro look. This game is quite creepy, the design on these characters is amazing and the gameplay is intense. The story is you're working overnight at a restaurant. Your employer explains that the company likes to keep their employees on their toes, so they have you defending yourself against 4 animatronics. There are 2 stage animatronics, one that will make its way towards the right door, in which you have to shine the light at it to make it go away, and the other stage animatronic will randomly disappear from the stage, making you have to look for them. Once you find them, you can use the sound box to get them back on the stage. There's 2 more non-stage animatronics, one that appears on the cameras, in which you just have to put the camera down, and another that infiltrates your room, in which you just have to turn off the lights. I only got to night 2, but this FNAF fan game more than most gives me a feeling of tension. Seeing the bee animatronic's crazy eyes rattling while staring at you, or the frantic searching of the cameras trying to find that ant is such engaging gameplay. If you're looking for a good scare, try this game out.